Why is it the first time that you...
Pensioner Richard Stevens is using this food bank in Cathays for the first time. He was told about the service by his housing warden when it became clear he couldn't afford his weekly shop. He's been left struggling after hundreds of pounds was taken from his bank account.
As I say, I've just got no food and no money, so this is why I was grateful to come up there.
Like so many people now in Wales, Richard is finding it difficult to cover all of his living costs. He says he often has to choose between going hungry or going without heating.
I mean, £73 is not, it's not enough to pay the bills and to live on. I mean, because you still got to pay gas and electric, haven't you, and water and what have you.
And in the last year, the number of people using food banks in Wales has more than doubled.
It goes without saying that if we weren't here, they'd be struggling or resorting to goodness knows what to get money or food, because there's obviously a need. We're here and we're getting busier and busier each week, so there's obviously such a need, and I dread to think what people would turn to if we weren't.
The Kellogg's report also found households in Wales are the second most likely to be affected by food poverty in the UK. It revealed that despite shoppers spending more on food, many are eating less. 21% have skipped a meal because of a restricted food budget, and with suggestions the average food bill will rise by nearly £400 over the next 4 years, the situation could get worse.
Despite the help offered by organisations like food banks, people are still struggling to eat healthily. 1 in 10 are cutting back on fruit and veg like the ones offered here at Cardiff Market. And that's something that the Welsh Government is looking to address.
One way in which the government has been looking to tackle the problem is by supporting initiatives like the Community Food Co-op programme. This aims to help people access healthier and more affordable food. The Welsh Liberal Democrats agree that more needs to be done to tackle the problem.
If people need food banks, then obviously we need to tell people where they are. But I think it's just, such a terrible shame that people in a modern industrialised country like the UK would ever need a food bank. We need to tackle the causes that are getting people there in the first place.
Despite these comments, there's still a growing need for more food banks in Wales. Food banks in some constituencies have seen a 70% rise in service users in the last year. Many of these are now struggling to keep up with the demand, but they'll refuse to slam the door on those that need help. In this one in Cathays, Richard Stevens could still be looking for his next meal. Zielinski, CJS News.